Virginia is on the brink of a transportation revolution. Amtrak's massive expansion promises to transform how people move by adding speed, comfort, and accessibility to rail travel. From bustling city centers to quiet countryside escapes, the new routes and upgraded stations will connect communities like never before. In today's Great Trainspeed episode, we dive into the scope of this ambitious project, explore the developments underway, and spotlight the strategic role of Northern Virginia's headquarters in driving this change. The future of travel is arriving on track, so don't miss the ride. On November 12, 2025, leaders from the Virginia Passenger Rail Authority, VPRA, the City of Alexandria, Amtrak, Virginia Railway Express, VRE, and CSX gathered beside the tracks in Alexandria to break ground on a major package of rail projects. It was more than just a photo opportunity. This moment marked another big step in Virginia's long-term effort to shift more people and goods onto rail, easing the constant pressure on I-95 while improving safety and reliability along one of the most important corridors in the state. Instead of building entirely new routes through established neighborhoods, VPRA and its partners decided to work within the existing rail corridor. That means adding tracks, replacing aging bridges, and upgrading stations using the right-of-way that's already there. It's a careful, surgical approach that aims to get more capacity out of the infrastructure Virginia already has, while avoiding new conflicts at road crossings and minimizing disruption to nearby communities. The heart of this strategy is simple but powerful. They will separate passenger and freight operations wherever possible. Today, passenger trains and heavy freight trains often share the same tracks through Alexandria. When that happens, faster passenger services must constantly work around slower, longer freight trains. The result is predictable when bottlenecks, delays, and schedules that are hard to keep. Under the Transforming Rail in Virginia program, that pattern begins to change. With new tracks, better layouts, and modern station designs, passenger trains will get more frequent and reliable paths, while freight trains gain their own dedicated routes through this busy stretch of Northern Virginia. That means fewer conflicts, smoother operations, and safer conditions up and down the line. When these projects are complete, the change will be felt across the region. State-supported Amtrak Virginia round trips will increase, giving travelers more flexibility and a real alternative to the stress of I-95. VRE will be able to expand service on both the Fredericksburg and Manassas lines, including long-awaited weekend trains. For Alexandria and Northern Virginia, this groundbreaking is about building a more connected, sustainable future for the entire region. So, what are the specific projects that will bring this entire vision to life? Let's take a closer look in the next part. And if this topic catches your interest, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our latest rail updates. Behind the big picture, a set of specific Alexandria area projects is doing the heavy lifting. Together, they form the backbone of this new rail era. The Alexandria 4th Track, major bridge replacements, Alexandria station improvements, and the King and Commonwealth Streetscape project. The Alexandria 4th Track is the centerpiece. This project will design and construct about 6 miles of additional railroad track and related infrastructure in Arlington and Alexandria. It stretches from the southern end of the Long Bridge project, near the Long Bridge Aquatic Center, to just west of Alexandria Union Station. In this segment, 3 tracks will become 4, all within the existing right-of-way. Right now, west of Alexandria Station, 3 tracks from the Fredericksburg line and 2 tracks from the Manassas line converge into just 3 shared tracks carrying VRE, Amtrak, and CSX freight. This creates one of the corridor's most stubborn bottlenecks. By shifting the existing tracks and adding a 4th, VPRA and its partners can separate freight and passenger flows and boost capacity in and out of Arlington and Washington, D.C. The design also anticipates future station and platform upgrades planned by VRE at Alexandria and Crystal City, aligning capacity improvements with better passenger facilities. With an estimated cost of about $210.5 million and support that includes a $45 million fast lane grant from the U.S. Department of Transportation, this project is a foundational investment in long-term reliability. The upgrades don't stop with the tracks. Working with CSX and VRE, VPRA is also replacing aging railroad bridges over King Street and Commonwealth Avenue, adjacent to Alexandria Station. These bridges have served the region for decades, but now need a full modern replacement. VPRA and CSX have worked on bridge designs, while VRE will handle construction as part of its Alexandria Station Improvements project. The new bridges, with a budget of $97.7 million, will bring the structures up to current standards, reduce delays caused by service interruptions, and improve safety for people traveling who, beneath them, pedestrians, cyclists, and drivers alike. At Alexandria Station, VRE is leading a major modernization focused on safety and accessibility. Today, passengers often rely on a timber pedestrian grade crossing between platforms, especially across tracks 2 and 3, where most passenger trains operate. This arrangement is outdated and not ideal for a growing, busy station. The new plan replaces the at-grade crossing with a tunnel linking the platforms, complete with stairs and elevators. That gives riders a safer way to move between platforms and provides a second way to access the tunnel in addition to stairs, which is especially important for passengers with mobility challenges or luggage. Platform elevations will also be adjusted to standard heights, removing the need for step boxes that are currently used due to unusually low platforms. The center platform will be lengthened and widened to accommodate trains on both adjacent tracks, giving operations more flexibility and allowing more trains to stop at Alexandria without awkward workarounds. Importantly, the design takes the upcoming 4th track into account. The new track will be built next to track 1 and will not have a platform, preserving a dedicated through path for certain movements while relying on upgraded platforms to handle passenger boarding and alighting safely and efficiently. The estimated cost of the station transformation stands at about $133.7 million, reflecting the scale of the improvements. While these rail and station projects run above and alongside city streets, the King and Commonwealth Streetscape Improvements project is focused directly on the public space underneath and around the bridges near King Street Metro Station, with VPRA replacing the old open-deck bridges with closed-deck structures that have wider spans. There will be more horizontal clearance under the bridges. That extra space creates a rare opportunity: the chance to reimagine the sidewalks, crossings, and bike facilities in this busy gateway to the city. Alexandria is using that opportunity to support multiple city priorities at once. The Streetscape project is guided by the Alexandria Mobility Plan, the Environmental Action Plan, the Complete Streets Policy and Design Guidelines, the Vision Zero Action Plan, and the Age-Friendly Plan for a Livable Community. The goals are clear: create safer, more navigable streets for people of all ages and abilities, close gaps in the bicycle and sidewalk network, prioritize safety for every travel mode, encourage walking, biking, and transit use, and reduce greenhouse gas emissions by making sustainable choices easier and more attractive. By pairing bridge replacements with thoughtful street design, the city and VPRA are turning what might have been a simple structural upgrade into a broader improvement for everyday life around the station area. After seeing how much is being rebuilt, expanded, and modernized, do you think these upgrades will actually solve the bottlenecks we've lived with for years? Drop 1 if you think they can, or 0 if you have another idea. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. From the government's point of view, the Alexandria rail projects they're about reshaping how people move through this corridor for decades to come. State and local leaders talk about a complete transformation of the Old Town Alexandria rail corridor, using the existing right-of-way in a smarter way instead of carving out a brand new route. By separating passenger and freight trains and adding new capacity, they see these investments as key to making rail safer, more reliable, and frequent enough that people have a real alternative to sitting in traffic on I-95 and other congested highways. For the city of Alexandria, this isn't only a transportation story, it's a community story. Mayor Elia Gaskins stresses that the upgrades will help everyone: people walking or biking near the station, drivers moving through the area, daily commuters, and visitors coming to experience the city's historic charm. Federal and state officials echo that idea, tying the Alexandria 4th track, the station improvements, and the broader Transforming Rail in Virginia program to stronger economic growth, better access to jobs and regional destinations, and more predictable freight service that supports local businesses and the wider supply chain. Leaders like Senator Tim Kaine also framed these projects as part of a bigger, long-term strategy that includes major efforts such as the Long Bridge project. In their view, Alexandria's investments are a once-in-a-generation chance to ease congestion, expand rail capacity, and make Virginia a national model for state-supported passenger rail. Put simply, the government sees this work as more than just running more trains. It's about building a stronger, more connected, and more resilient future for the Commonwealth. Virginia is stepping into a new era of rail travel, and the projects unfolding in Alexandria are proof of how big that shift really is. From added capacity and modern stations to safer streets and reliable service, these investments are laying the groundwork for a future where trains play a central role in how people move. As Amtrak, VPRA, VRE, CSX, and local leaders push this vision forward, Virginia isn't just upgrading its rail system, it's redefining what transportation can look like for generations to come. And that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more updates on Great Train Speed.